What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I talk about OnyxCoin every single day, at least twice a day. I guess at least once a day. Some days I can't talk about it twice a day. But anyways, we're talking about it now. It's the 22nd of April. This week is not off to the start that we're looking for at all. Moving down 4.7%. It's not that big of a deal, but when in terms of this bull flag pattern, it's kind of a big deal because right now we're set up to see lower lows, and the lower lows that we have, the lower that the measure move is, right? So if we're looking at this here from a low to a high, the measure move at the moment from this low is all the way up at 5.6 cents. But if we do see from a lower high, lower low perspective, we see our next lower low and we go down to, I don't know, 1.4 cents, something like that. That makes the measure move right up to our current relative high here. And that makes sense. We could find resistance there. It's just we don't want to see the bull flag continue to drop because then it lowers your expectations, right? That's all I'm trying to say. And even if your expectations aren't lowered, you don't have to hit the measure move. You can fall short, you can exceed, but I digress. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think what I'm about to say is a bit bold, maybe, but I have a hard time believing that we go below this 382, right? It doesn't make sense to me, right? This kind of move, and I've seen it so many times, and this is the only reason why I'm this confident at it, right? We're not that far from the 382. It's really not that far from this price. It'd be easier to say we're going to go through this. We found support at the 382, couldn't even hit the 236. Likely we would go to the 0.5 or even the golden ratio down here at 1.43 cents, 1.2 cents, 1.1 cents, any of that. So if any of what I'm saying is just denial or coping, this is what you have to look forward to, okay? Maybe we do go down there, but the reason why I don't accept that, the reason why I very much do feel confident, even though we're looking at death in the eyes here. We've done this before, haven't we? I feel confident is because this is a powerful movement. And generally speaking, it's like 90% of the time, you guys, you find support at the 382. I will say this, it's not common. It's very uncommon to do a double bottom off the 382 like this and proceed higher. Normally, the double bottom is not a double bottom. It's just the inevitable decline to lower fibs. But I'm sticking with it. I'm that convinced in this, and we're going to ride or die with it, man. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. And if and when we bounce from this area and we break out of this bull flag and we see relatively new highs and we're on to 5.6 cents and beyond, I'm not going to be like, I told you so, I knew it, even though that is the call. I don't care, man. It's not like that. And I'm not going to kick myself too hard if we do move lower. Go lower, OnyxCoin, do it. I would love to buy more of you. I haven't sold any of my short-term position. At the moment, the last time that I bought on my short-term position was basically at these prices, just a hair above. Like where our daily high is today, it wasn't even that high, right? It was basically right in this area. So I'm willing. I'm definitely willing to let that position go into the red a little bit at the cost of waiting patiently for this pump that's coming, right? Because I think at this moment, this downside potential is not what you should be worried about. It's the upside potential that you should be worried about because it's a lot larger. It's phenomenally larger, right? 5.6 cents versus 1.2 cents. It's not even a comparison. So I'd rather hold out for the pump or at least the next move up, right? I don't know if it's going to be a straight move up like this was here. We've got, a 3-day movement here. I don't know if it's going to be just like that, but I do anticipate it'll be rather quick. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the end of the month. We're at the very last few days of April and we see prices that are above 5 cents. It really wouldn't surprise me, but looking at this here on a daily time frame, yesterday's close did take us further away from the 60. That's not ideal, but hey, man, it happens. If we look back here, we got overbought. We found support below the 60 here at about 54. That's basically where we're at now. We could find support here again. We look at the 4-hour time frame. We bounced right off the oversold zone, bounced off it here, bounced above it. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. We have 1 hour and 22 minutes left. So by the time a lot of you guys watch this, but probably by the time all of you guys watch this, you'll see that this candle is closed, the very first 4-hour candle of the day. If it's green, that would be a big deal, right? Closing at the 382 like this, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence at all. There's people, there's bots, there's traders, there's market makers who are paying attention to this direct level here, okay? Closing at that right there on that 4-hour, no coincidence, right off the oversold zone. If this 4-hour candle in the next 1 hour and 21 minutes can close green, whether it's here, whether it's higher, I don't care. If we can form some kind of bounce off the oversold zone that gets us set up, that at least gives us a chance to do what I'm saying here, looking death in the face and saying, not today, we're going higher. And if we were to bounce from here, what's great about that is You know, whenever you see, think about like if we were seeing this from the overbought perspective, rejecting it here, that got you oversold. It's not always going to get you oversold, but sometimes a rejection off the overbought zone leads you to all the way down to the 40, or oftentimes it does actually get you into the oversold zone. If we're bouncing off the oversold zone itself, play that, you know, kind of inverse. Instead of to the 40, we'd be moving to the 60. A move to the 60 on the 4 hour, in my opinion, I mean, I don't have the math in front of me right now, but I would assume we would get above this 236. If we move up that high, we're breaking out of this bull flag for sure. That's going to signal bigger things from bigger players, and man, we're on our way to higher targets. So we really, this can all stem from this moment right here at this 4 hour pivot. On the 4 hour period, if you're using the RSI like I do on a 10 basis, a 10 length, the length is set to 10, whatever, however you'd phrase that properly. If we close this 4 hour candle green, that would be big. If we close it red and it's only slightly red, I guess we still have another candle to play off of. But as long as it looks like we're bouncing off this, that'd be good. Now, what we want to see is this. You want to bounce off of this. You want to get above the 40. You would also need to get above the 50. If we can get above the 50, we're basically clear to the 60. And something like that, I think, again, would be enough for us to get above the 236 and ultimately signal that we're ready to go above these highs. If we don't get it, you know, in the next hour and 20 minutes, you guys will know. And then the cope is real for C-Zar, and I just didn't accept the fact that we're going to go down to 1.43 cents to 1.233, 1.1 cents. And not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If this happens, if we go to this area, if we go to this area here, I'm just going to buy more. I'm not going to waste that opportunity. I'm not worried about XCN at all or OnyxCoin at all. At that point there, from its relative low to wherever it would be, that's up 50%. That's better than the average altcoin is right now, right? Others, let's look at others right now, right? The average altcoin from their low on April 7th, they're up 24%, nope, not even 24%, my bad, 20% right now, 20%. So if OnyxCoin goes down and it's up 50% still, we're in better shape than the average participant in the market. We just got a little extra volatility because we had a little bit of extra oomph in us a few days ago or like last week. So ultimately, I very much do believe, regardless of what happens, I don't believe we're going lower. That's not the expectation. I hope it's very, very clear. We're staring death in the face and we're calling to bounce here and move higher. Okay, we're calling for today to be a green day, damn it. It's going to happen. Third time's a charm. Come here. My cat's meowing at me, so I was saying come here to him. Ultimately, whether we go lower, whether we move sideways, whether we move up, we're going to move up. It doesn't matter what happens. We're going to move up. We're going to see prices that are above this price here. I'm at the moment expecting that we will see prices above 5 cents by the end of this month of April. And if not by the end of the month of April, man, very, very early May. But it's coming. We're on to bigger and better things after that. We're going to see new all-time highs, and the rest is history, guys. I haven't noticed this because we don't oftentimes look at XCN on a monthly chart, right? Oftentimes I look at it on a weekly chart because it's just so brand new, right? We haven't even had a bull cycle yet. This is the first bull cycle. But if you look at this, look at that bounce right off the 50. That's a powerful signal. The monthly RSI is a bit more simple. It's less complex than some of these shorter term RSIs are. It's not as tricky. It's very honest. Rejection off the overbought zone, not a good thing. Finding support at the 50, that's actually a good thing. So I mean, if we can get this month to close green, and I think that we will, we're up about 83% right now. That sets us up for further good things to go. So over the next 8 days, 22 hours. I believe we've got higher to go. Even if we close here on a monthly basis, this looks good. And I really do think that we've formed a nice base to build from whenever it comes to going to new all-time highs. I think it's just a matter of time before we see that. 26 cents is the goal. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I'm done. So hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Can't get them all right. Sometimes you just got to be patient, right? Got to give the trolls a little candy to feed off of, right? Some sweets and junk food to sustain themselves, because once the sun starts to shine, you know where they'll be, man. They'll be back in their caves where they belong, where you know that's where you belong. I'm talking to you, not November. Although November, where have you been, bro? Where have you been? I haven't seen you. Maybe I just haven't seen you in the comments, but I've really been looking and I haven't seen you. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye bye. Why isn't that? Okay, there we go. Bye. I said